Welcome back to Book Club. So today I'm going to be doing a review of the third book in the Daughters series, and this one is called The Daughters Take the Stage. There we go, and it's also by Joanna Philbin. I have done a review on the first two books in the series called The Daughters and The Daughters Break the Rules, and those will be in a link down below, and it'll be in a playlist as well as this video. If you're watching it in the playlist, then the fourth book, which I have not read yet, but I'm going to be reading as soon as I finish filming this video, it's called The Daughters Join the Party. That will also be linked down below too, so make sure to go check that out. And if you're not watching the playlist, it will be linked down below. So here we go, let's get started. So the first book in the series, and as well as the second and the third, it all follows the storyline of three best friends. Lizzie Summers, which is the first book, that's the one that it's based off of, so the entire story is in her point of view. The second book is Karina Jurgensen, that one's in her point of view. And this one is about Hudson Jones, and this one's in her point of view. Yeah, so it all follows the same storyline of these three best friends, and now you finally get to live a little through her eyes. So they are all like rich teenagers. Their families are all either famous or rich. Lizzie's mother is a famous supermodel. Karina's dad is a billionaire businessman, and now Hudson Jones has a mother who is a superstar, kind of like Madonna. Her name is Holla Jones. Holla! H-O-L-L-A, yeah! I don't know why I did that. Oh well. Okay, so Holla Jones is a famous like singer, and Hudson Jones is an aspiring singer, but her tastes are a little bit different. So Holla is like a pop star, as I said, like a Madonna, kind of like that. Getting older, almost like 40, and in a sense, kind of like a J-Lo, because as you find out in the series, or in like in the book, sorry, she starts dating Hudson's music producer or recording producer, something like that. Let's get back to Hudson. She loves like indie and jazz kind of music. I'm not even sure if indie's like a style. Excuse me. But she likes jazz music and like slow beats and like roots, whereas like I said, her mother's like Madonna, like pop music. And so Hudson's recording her first album, and Holla kind of comes in and says, no, this is not how we're doing it. And so she ups the beats on everything, totally ruins the original music that Hudson wanted. And Hudson doesn't have the strength and the courage to say no to her mom and say, no, this is not how I want it. I want it done my way, not your way. I'm sorry. So the entire story kind of follows that and Hudson's learning process, and in the other two books it follows the other girls' learning processes and being able to tell their parents, no, this is what I want for my life rather than what you're putting out there for me. So Hudson, yeah, wants her own album, kind of fights with her mom a lot. Honestly, I can't remember the beginning of this book. Why can't I? I just read it today. Like, I don't know. But Hudson meets this girl, Hillary, and you meet her in the first book. She's kind of like the ultimate stalker. And Hillary kind of becomes her life coach. I don't know. But she helps her get over some of her fears, like her stage fright fear. And, oh, in the last book I mentioned, which one's this? Wrong one. The Daughters Break the Rules. Karina is planning a party, the Silver Snowflake Ball, and Hudson is kind of volunteered to perform at it, and she blanks and runs off stage, so she has to deal with like her stage fright and her fears. And throughout the book she learns that she wasn't performing as herself. She was performing as a mini version of her mom, and that's why she was so uncomfortable with it, and that's why she ran off stage. But with Hillary helping her, she overcomes all of her fears, and she gets to like write down all of her fears on a couple pieces of paper, and as you read the book she like checks so many of them off, and like she accomplished them. So the first one that she accomplished was eating pizza at her home, because her mom's like a huge health nut and doesn't eat like wheat, doesn't eat white flour, meat, or like dairy or anything like that. So she ate pizza right in front of her mom, and that was like, yay, I did it. So yeah, that was this book. I don't really know how to tell you how it ends. Oh, I forgot to mention the biggest part. She joins a band. Hillary's cousin, who's the girl who kind of like becomes her life coach, her cousin Ben has like a jazz band, and Hudson goes and joins it, but doesn't tell them who her mom is until the very end. Now, Joanna Philbin the author, didn't really play up this part. Like the band members were really, like they were like a big secret throughout the entire, well, not really a secret. You just didn't learn a lot about their characters. she never really went into full detail about like the drummer and then the saxophonist, but it turns out the person who plays the saxophone, is it called a saxophonist? I don't know. He kind of sells out Hudson in the end, and he's kicked out of the band, and so the drummer and the bassist, who Hudson kind of has a crush on, and that's Ben, that's Hillary's cousin, they all join a band, or kind of like a band. They're more of like Hudson's backup people for when she goes on tour. And Hudson does release her album, but because her mom kind of like tweaked it, she went in and told the record label, well, she actually pulled out of the record label. Why am I so confusing? In the middle of the book, she pulls out of her record label saying, I'm scratching this, I do not want to do this anymore. And at the very end, when Hollis is supposed to be on Saturday Night Live, and Hudson's supposed to be starring with her, she says, I cannot do this anymore, I do not want to be on the show, but I do want to release an album, but I want it to be me, not what you think of me, but what I think of myself. So she does release the album, but it's the first one that she recorded, the one that has all of like the roots and the jazz, and not the primped pop version. So yes, and she gets to perform at this one place, what's it called, like Rockin' Joe's or Club Joe's or something like that, and that's where Ben dreamed of playing, and they opened there. And it's a very good book. So I am excited to read the next one in the series, and it's right here. It's called The Daughters Join the Party. And as you can see, there's 3 girls on this cover and 4 girls on this one. So I think this one, and as I can see from the back, it's about another girl who has not been introduced in any of the books. And so see, I'll just show you the other ones. There's 3 girls on the first book cover. And oh, the back of the cover. No, there's 3 girls there, and they're all the same people. So they're the 3 best friends. Now there's 4. And it would be that one right there in the pink dress. That would be the new one. Because that one was Karina, that one is Lizzie, and that one is Hudson. And that one is the new girl, Emma. So yeah, I look forward to reading this one. Make sure to go check out the playlist of all the other videos down below. I might also annotate it, just click on that. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!